Today I'm going to be breaking down how you can use GoWiPe here at Townhall 8 to 3-star any base. So here is the army composition, and for the first time on this channel I am going to be doing some live attacks for you guys. Typically I showcase attacks that have already been done, so I know they're going to 3-star, but in this particular one I'm a big fan of Townhall 8 and I really love experimenting with new stuff, so we're going to be bringing the furnace in this particular attack. We've got the snake bracelet in combination with the earthquake boots over there on the king, and of course our pretty typical GoWiPe army. So let's jump in and we'll break this one down. So the first thing we're going to be doing with this particular army is deciding where we're going to be attacking our main portion of our army from. Typically you're going to want to attack from a flat side of the base, so your troops can kind of go from one corner and another into the core and then through the middle of the base. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing. We're going to check for any corner builder huts. We have 2, so we're going to start off by just placing 1 archer down on each of them. Once you have done that, you can go ahead and start getting the rest of your funnel in. Typically I do 1 golem on each side with a few wizards. You're then going to go 1, 2, 3 of your Pekkas, your king in the middle, and start to get those wall breakers in. Those wall breakers are going to come in groups of 2, and you just want to continuously place them down. We're then going to use our clan castle troops on the side of the base that we haven't really got any troops going to. So you'll see we have a Pekka and a few wizards over here. We didn't really have anything on this side, so we're just going to go ahead and let our troops do their thing there. Skeleton spell, we're going to use that on a section of the base that doesn't really have any splash damage. That's probably going to be the back end for us here. Heal spell going to be coming down through the back end, shouldn't be a problem. Gonna wall break in there, holding onto that king's ability just for a little bit. Now gonna go ahead and drop down that skeleton spell on the back end. Just gonna use my king's ability in a second when he gets over to this air defense. Boom, gonna pop it off right there, and then we can go ahead and get that rage spell in. Honestly, this one is already completely crushed. We can go ahead and just spam in the rest of our troops just to help with cleanup. But this one, honestly, really simple. It's very effective because you have the constant support of your furnace coming in from that kind of back end of the base, just chucking in your troops. You can deploy it behind your army, which I'll probably showcase in the next example, but you guys will see, yeah, it's super easy. This strategy is absolutely broken. The hero equipment on your king carries really hard. Honestly, the snake bracelet is a really fun piece of equipment, especially down here at these lower town halls. The spiky ball typically is going to be the far stronger piece of equipment just because of the amount of value you can get from clicking it. It clears out multiple defenses, especially if you're in the core. But the snake bracelet just gives you a few extra troops, and it's very nice to have. So let's jump into that next example. So we have a slightly different base layout coming through on this one, and there's a couple of things you guys need to make sure you keep an eye out. The first of which being clan castle. We definitely want to make sure we are dealing with the clan castle troop early on in the attack, because we do not want those CC troops to be just locking onto our Pekkas when we don't have any wizards left up on the back end. Because we're choosing to use the king over the queen in this particular attack, you've got a little bit less firepower to take down clan castle troops like dragons and balloons, etc. But this one should be pretty simple as well. For this particular one, you could go ahead and drop down the furnace down on the outside of the base, probably clear out a couple of these kind of outside trash buildings, do the same over here. But honestly, I'm just going to go ahead and spam everything in, showcase just how easy this one can be. So again, when we jump in, the first thing we're going to be doing, checking for any corner huts. It looks like we've got 3 in this particular one, so I'm just going to go ahead and drop down those archers on those. Give them a few seconds just to get going, and then we're going to get started with that funnel. Go ahead and drop down a golem over there and a golem over here. Again, dropping down a couple of troops just to get things going. Gonna get that furnace in nice and early from that back end of the base, and then we're just gonna start spamming in those wall breakers. Gonna get a nice early rage in here. Poison, of course, going down for those clan castle troops and the queen. Couple more wall breakers going to be coming in just to help support. We want to make sure we're using our skeleton spell on a section of the base, like I said, where there's only single targeting defenses like Teslas, cannons, or archer towers. For me, that's going to be here in the core. We're going to heal everything up as they progress through the core of this base. I'm going to pop my king's ability in just a second. Going to go ahead, pop it off right there, open up all of these back end compartments. We have a couple more wizards which we should be able to use, but I'm just going to go ahead and actually use that rage belt down here. Just help me to push through these last few defenses. Cannon's going to get taken down by the furnace, which is perfect. Can get going with the rest of our cleanup in a second. Gonna go ahead, just get a wizard there, probably a wizard down here, and yeah, don't really know what else to say. This one again is going to be a 3-star. We unfortunately get the majority of our troops pushing onto the outside of the base here. We wanted to try and maintain them in the core. We didn't quite break open this wall section here, but it shouldn't be a problem for us. We have plenty of troops left up, and it is of course going to be another 3-star. So typically in these style of attacks, historically I have tended to lean towards using witches in the clan castle or bowlers in the clan castle, something like that, or even another Pekka potentially. But for me, I actually am really enjoying using the furnace. It gives continuous damage onto different defenses, and you can actually adapt with it. If you've got a really awkward style base that's got like one really long flank that you're struggling to deal with, you can just drop that furnace down and it deals with it really quickly. You can then push the rest of your attack in from that opposite side of the base, and you guys can see, honestly, it's really low skill level. You hardly really need to think about this strategy at all. The snake bracelet on the king is pretty interchangeable. You can change it to whatever you want. Even any basic equipment will probably work fine. But for me, the earthquake boots is a definite must. You guys can see just how much of the core we opened up with those earthquake boots. It means it's just super simple to finish on the back end. So we'll go ahead, we'll do one more attack against a kind of weird, unorthodox base. So here we are with that final attack, and like I said, it's a pretty strange base. Honestly, sometimes these style of bases are very difficult to hit, but hopefully for us here it should be nice and simple. This one, slightly more difficult to know where we're going to come in from because we have the clan castle kind of opposite side of our queen, but I'm probably going to go in from this side over here just so we can deal with them all at the same time. But again, kicking off first, don't forget about those builder huts. We do not want a time fail. Once they have gone ahead and done a little bit of damage, we're just going to go ahead, get our couple of golems in, couple of wizards, and we're going to wall break them in nice and quickly. 2 wall breakers per wall, remember. Do not forget about that. We're then going to get our king in. Few of these, see where the clan castle troops are going. They're going off to this side, so we're going to go ahead and poison right there. Going to get the furnace going in on that opposite side, and we're going to get the Pekkas going in right here. Going to rage everything up right there just to make sure those clan castle troops are dealt with nice and quickly. Got a nice wall break through into that first kind of compartment right there. The king's ability will open up into the core. That should not be a problem. Going to keep an eye on my troops right here. Probably going to want to heal up this group of Pekkas, but we'll keep an eye on them in a second. Going to drop that skeleton spell down in the core of the base just to do a little bit of tanking. Going to get that heal spell coming in right now just to bring those Pekkas all back up to full HP. Furnace doing a grand old job just helping to take down that core of the base. It's just going to sit here for a lot of time. I think it's a minute and a half. It's active, and honestly, it's incredibly strong. Gonna pop that king's ability there. He's about to go down anyway, but it should not be a problem because we have plenty of troops left up in this one. The Pekka's gone all the way around the base. Snake bracelet coming in handy, getting a few extra troops in there, and we're gonna go ahead, drop down that rage spell, finish off the core of this base. That furnace has done a great job just helping us to push through some of these last few defenses, and this one going to be another 3-star. So this one's showing the kind of furnace in with the classic GoWiPe style attack. Never a problem, honestly. This was a pretty fast attack as well, and yeah, this is why I love Townhall 8. You can start to experiment with different things like the furnace that you start to unlock at these higher town halls. Every time there's a new troop, I like to try and experiment with it if it's available for me down at these lower town halls. But this is my current GoWiPe army, and I am yet to fail against another Townhall 8 with it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you liked my live attacks. Let me know if you thought I was awful. But yeah, link as always for this strategy is down in the description below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.